Hi. Ooh, happy freaking Monday. I am having a wonderful day, and I wanted to speak to you a little bit about alignment. It's a word that gets thrown all around and has been used in many ways, and I want to share what it means to me and what it means for a human to be in their personal alignment. So, a long time ago, when I was first finding my way to my own personal alignment, before I even knew the words, it was, how do I be at peace with myself? How do I like myself? How do I just not be so about myself? You know, like I see other people and they say they like their self. I see people in different bodies and they love their self. Why can't I love myself? What's wrong with me? You know, why was I born broken? And for a little while, I even felt like my own alignment was kind of like lacking. It was like, even my alignment kind of sucks. And I kind of wanted to start there today. Like, our alignment is something that is personal to us and it grows with us. It's sort of like the mama bird calling the baby bird, like each day for however long mom and baby birds do that. But we get that thing in us forever, the same way that our heart beats for as long as this body's here and our breath breathes. We also get this opportunity for personal alignment. And it's an opportunity because we can take it or not. We can practice it or not. We can acknowledge it and appreciate it or not. It is completely our free will to have it or not, to make use of it and invite it in or not. So a long time ago, when it was first becoming a word that I was learning, not in a way of like lining them up so that they function in a structure, but if you think about it, that is what it feels like inside. So when I was first coming into this space, I was a person who wasn't happy at all. It was pretty hard to be me, if I'm being honest. And I was letting myself sort of take my time and undo it. I had realized that all the rushing and quick fixing and trying to be something and someone else just got me to a place where I didn't like any of the parts of me that were still here. It became unrecognizable who I was, what I stood for, what I believed in. Was any part of me even left? I'm not sure. So in the beginning, it was a little slow going. And it was because I didn't have support there. I was embarrassed to even acknowledge that I was trying to get better, because that would mean that I'd have to acknowledge that I wasn't well. I could tell everywhere around me that I wasn't doing well, but you couldn't tell me that I didn't have everybody fooled. It's not true, but I felt that I had it all under control. I felt that I was showing up in the mom world and being a mom. I was doing the wife things and being a wife. I was a friend. I had friends. You know, I had a social life. I went out sometimes. So I felt like I should be fine. I was making enough money to do the things that were called of me. Everybody has things they want and don't get. These are all things that were normal for me to believe back then. And then I started learning about being well and taking better care of myself. I realized that that was pretty boring in the beginning. I preferred immediate gratification. I wanted to be taken care of for a long time in a way that it became paralyzing. Then it was like, oh, nobody wants to take care of me. Well, shit. Not even me. The thing about alignment is it's many things. Something I love about it is it doesn't matter if you acknowledge it, name it, or even understand it. You don't have to define it. It just shows up for you like the breath. And the sooner that you're able to step into that allowing space, which we'll talk about that more too, the more that it grabs a hold of you. And the soonest that you can grab and let yourself be grabbed by your personal alignment, the sooner that this whole whirlwind of you starts to take over. And it's like, all of this is here? And I've been looking out here, but it's all here. How come nobody told me this before? Oh, they did. Oh, I didn't want to listen because it seemed boring. I can listen now, though. It's not boring now. I can forgive myself. I can let go of those old things, and I can shift. I can change. I've changed before. And the more that I let myself show up in an accountable way, in an honest to me way, because trying to lie to yourself is the biggest kerfluckle you will ever do to yourself. It is the biggest mess of karma you will ever create for yourself. And you may already know exactly what I'm talking about. But at any moment, you could turn into yourself or selves and say, how do I feel better from here? Is this thing on? How do I feel better from here? And it goes little by little, or slow so fast. It depends on you. It depends on what you're able to think for yourself. It depends on what you're able to practice feeling for yourself. Alignment is personal to us each day, like the times in our bathroom. If you've ever done any work with me or listened to me in the past, you'll know that I started most of my healing practices in the bathroom, brushing my teeth with my left hand and wearing my rubber bands, changing my clothes. In the early days, that was alignment. Trying to just figure out what was me and what was somebody else, what was other parts of me that I was ready to let go of. But first you have to face them. You have to look at that and be like, oh, I don't think I need you anymore. I needed you before. I wasn't ready, but I think I'm ready now. And I love me for the mistakes, and I love me for the false me's that I kept showing up to be because I wanted to fit in so bad. I love me for that. I love me for being brave in the beginning and for being picked on by people who were supposed to love me. Supposed to. You're supposed to love me. How could you be hurting me so bad? But our personal alignment is ours for us. Nobody else gets to decide how it feels, how we get to it. Nobody decides what's right and wrong about it. How do you know? How does it feel? How do you know? How does it feel? Do you know how to feel? Like, are you able to feel into yourself? Are you able to be honest with yourself? When I was a couple of years in, it became clear to me that this would be my entire life. That I wanted to work in this. I wanted to teach in this. I wanted to raise my children here. I wanted to keep raising me here. And it was like, okay, let's call ourselves something. Let's name ourselves. One of the biggest and most powerful and most whole things I've ever felt in my life is my home. I grew up in what I remembered for a long time as a loving home. Maybe the most perfect kid home I could have ever asked for. Yeah, there were things that were less than perfect, but that's not really what I remembered. I remembered perfect. And I remembered feeling safe and encouraged to explore, and it was easy to make messes, and I had freedom. And it felt good to come home every time. Every time. And then as I became an adult, even before I was a full adult, I was ready to have my own home. As soon as I graduated high school, I started leaving my home and wanting my own sense of home. I knew that it had to come from somewhere else because what I was connecting with home wasn't feeling like home, and I wanted home. Home. So much home. I knew that what I was learning in my body felt like home. I knew that that was truth. I knew that that kept feeling better and better. I knew, and I was learning more and more, that I was a vibrational being. And that it was becoming big and clear that the more that I know here, the more I could know it here. I was still learning all the things. I was still in the very much learning and healing. But I was knowing other parts that couldn't let it go. They knew it. So I said, universe, this was probably before I had Rose's name. I said, let's name my business. Good morning. How do I name my business? How do I begin saying that I'm a business? Even if I'm not ready to advertise yet, how can I name me that's going to be something I want to carry on into the future me? How can I think further than I'm able to see yet? And I let myself think on it and think on it. And by thinking, I mean not thinking on it and not thinking on it. And all right, universe, I know what you'll do. As soon as I let my mind stop, you're going to drop it in there like that Plinko game on Price is Right. As soon as I stop, help, tell me an answer. What do you want me to do? As soon as I can stop and listen, it just comes right in. And I was there, and all of a sudden I hear Nancy's Vibrational House of Alignment. And I'm like, wow, could we have put all the letters in the alphabet? You sure I don't need any ofs or twos? I mean, do it need to be bigger? Can I even put that all in a hashtag? Of course I can. And of course I did. I let myself write that down, and I made myself love that name. Because that name felt really true. Because I knew that no matter where I was, because I still in this space was now back in that same beginning. I knew what home used to feel like. I knew what home felt like. Where's the home now? It wasn't really where home was. But it was starting to come here. And I knew that the more I understood, if I dissected the name, I could understand it. When I put it all together, it was kind of embarrassing. Like I was wearing my underpants on the outside. So I did what any normal closeted creator does. And I made a Facebook group or page. You know I'm not the best at the technology. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, technology. But I'll be forever and ever student of you. And I'm thankful that that's a place I can play in and grow forever, because that's cool with me. It's going to keep changing, and I'll know things that need to be known, and I will miss things that aren't necessarily relevant, and they'll be new later. I always feel like the things come when I'm ready for them, and the things that I'm ready for come when I let that be true to me. So now it's like, as a vibrational being, I get to decide when I'm in alignment or not. It's my free choice. It's your free choice. As a vibrational being, I get to decide which thoughts and feelings I practice the most, because that sets up my point of attraction. That is the center of everything. Human species speaking. It's actually quite opposite of what we experience and what we were sort of born into, at least most humans that are close to my age. The 40-ish realm, you know. It's what we were taught, you know. And now I'm supposed to not be knowing that? Does that feel safe? So our alignment meets us where we are. And on some days, it means we feel a little better than meh. On other days, it's like, that. Some days, it might be hugs and holds and time for a nap. But in every day, it meets you where you are. It's honest. It won't ever lie to you. It will never tell you no. It's never not there. It's only your acknowledgement away. It's only your allowing it away. In the beginning, when I first was learning these words and practicing them in my safe space, I was made fun of. I think it would slightly ruffle the feathers of the ones around me that weren't ready for me to change, didn't believe in me, and in hindsight weren't ready to change and didn't believe in themselves either. We can't change each other. We cannot choose for another. We cannot heal each other. We can help each other and we can enhance each other, but only when we are in our point of attraction of power and alignment. Only when we are reaching for, how do I feel better from here, can we ever give to somebody else it's anything worth giving. It feels normal when someone is sad to be sad with them. It's fucking normal. It happens. However, if now you're sad with them, two people need help. If someone else comes along and she and they are sad too, then three people need help. There comes a point in your life where you will have to stop being normal and start being you. That actually might be really normal after you get around to it. But it has to feel like you're normal. It can't feel like what everybody else is doing. It can't feel like I'm good because they say so. That'll only get you so far. And it usually ends up taking you farther away from your personal alignment. But this is something that is literally waiting underneath of your breath and in your chest. It's at the fingertips and in every pore of your body. In any moment that you're willing to look at something and think a good thought or to feel a good feeling, you're getting closer. If you're willing to hold that space for a minute and a half, you're getting really closer. If you're brave enough to let it go on for 3 minutes, well, now you've got a point of attraction. There's a beacon reaching out from you, calling in more like that. And you see it. You'll feel it. And then you know it. I did this. I did this. I did this here. I can do this here. I can do this here. I can do this everywhere. This gets to be as fast as I will it to be, as I want it to be, and as I allow it to be. This gets to be as brave as I'm ready to be. This will keep calling you higher. This won't let you stay small. This won't let you hurt yourself. This won't let you hurt another. This loves you exactly as you are right now. This doesn't think you need to change a thing. This thinks you deserve more love. This thinks that you knew all along that there was a way, that something would make sense and click, and this thinks you're ready to know it now. This thinks today is day 1. Maybe it's day 331. Maybe it's day 941. Maybe it's almost 6 years. But it could be the first day, the best day, the most aligned day you've ever had. And it's all up to you. It's all in every moment. In every now moment. Am I aligned now? I feel good. What could feel better from here? What could feel better from here? What could feel better from here? And it'll just keep going up. It never says, oh, look at that one. She thinks she's so good. That's not alignment. That's our ego. That wants to keep the loops alive. Our alignment is the loop destroyer. It's the obliterator of all loops. It's your power. It's your magic. It's who you are. It's your whole soul. It's God. It's the universe. It's Rose. It's what you came for. It's who you came for. You came to save yourself. That's the plot twist. What was my purpose? To soothe your soul. To let yourself live a messy life and then turn around and hold it all and love it all. Good, bad, and ugly. All the imperfections, all the things that people made fun of you for and still will. Let them and smile and know that it's all right. I used to be that way too. I used to think that's how this worked. I used to think that felt good too. I'm happier here. I'm gonna do this instead. And I'm gonna sit here and shine and let you come along when you're ready and not if you don't want to. But I'm not going back there. Also, back there is so far away. I wouldn't even know how to get back there if I tried. Yeah, Nancy's vibrational house of alignment is wherever I am, whatever I can do to find more alignment is my house is active. I am house within myself. And I provide a house for myself to live and for my source to express and to experience with me. And that's alignment. When I'm doing it with all of us in charge and all of us involved, and I'm letting it be weird, and I'm not weirded out about it, that's my highest alignment. When I say something and before I even finish the sentence, my body's off and doing it, that's my highest alignment. When I know I gotta do something and I'm like nervous, so I gotta sweep first and pour 3 cups of water because I have a thing about drinking enough water and drinking enough all the drinks and sweeping the floor enough sweeps. That's my alignment. When I need a nap because it's too loud and it's too bright and it's too noisy and it's too this and it's too... That's my alignment. When I need to change my clothes because I don't like the way that I looked when I walked by that mirror, but I know I'll like it better in a moment. That's my alignment. It's always calling me. It's always calling me. And no matter where I am, no matter how I feel, it's always just there like... Hello. Hello, little human. I love you. Would you like to come over here and feel better? You would? Cool. Let's do it then. I'm gonna go do some more things that are completely aligned with this day. And I hope you'll do the same. Mwah.